Yo, what's going on, guys? It's another one. Anyways, it's the first time I've ever put a commentary to my video. I'm just gonna kind of go through it as I do, you know, whatever. So here, and this isn't in-game commentary, because if it was, you'd probably hear a lot more cussing and fussing every time I don't get my way, you know. But yeah. So I was talking to some of my friends that I've already played this game a little bit, and they kind of play League of Legends, and this kind of matches up gameplay style with how that game works, you know. And so like the game modes and how you gotta uh how you gotta operate is kind of along the same lines, although it's a completely different game. It's not like they're like really like alike, but they're similar in ways of strategy. I think that they just pick up more on the actual martial art aspect of that type of style and gameplay versus, you know what I mean. League of Legends is all about positioning. Anyways, enough of shouting out League of Legends over and over again. So what we talked about was basically, because I'm not that good at this game yet, it's like I should attach myself to like he said it too, I showed him a couple of my gameplays, and he was like, man, you should have ran with the shaman instead of running with the monk, because or Shaolin, because you know, together with me and this shaman, like we're both like the fastest characters in the game. Ooh, yeah, take that. You know what I mean? We're both yes, yeah. That's badass, guys. So, anyways, yeah. So with that fast movement, we'll be able to take out big tanky players easy. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be easy because of our fast movement and our outnumbering our opponent. So with that being said, I'm taking a couple of his tips, like, you know what I mean, as far as like feeding in the center and doing all those things, making sure I capture the zone and all that, making sure we always have control of the middle objective, which is D, or sometimes it's C. Like on that one map, it is C, but you know. So that's what I was trying to do in this matchup. Of course, I don't agree with the mechanic of the movement. Like, the movement in this game is so like how do I explain it? The movement in this game is so unhumanistic, in the sense that they can snap onto a shinobi whenever he moves or she moves. Because like, if I'm hitting an angle on somebody in real life, they're not gonna be able to like snap to my location where I'm gonna be before I'm there and hit me. Like, you know, if you swing and then I take an angle around you, or to the side of you and hump the leg, you're not gonna be able to fixate your position and swing where I'm going to. Like, you can't read into the future in any form of combat. They don't ever train you to be able to do something like that. So with that being said, whenever I would take my angles and I would still see myself getting hit, that's the stuff that I have the most problem with. Which, of course, how are you going to get around doing that and still making it fair for the other players? Because if I had it my way, like, Shinobi wouldn't be able to be beat, but then everybody would play as Shinobi, and then nobody would be able to beat anybody unless they knew the actual mechanics behind the angles and why you should hit them, when you should hit them, and then they would have to transform their game into something completely different. That is the second time I've done that to this dude, and he is mad. You see him post up, he's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? Well, it sucks whenever you smack me one time with that sword and just do me greasy. Another thing is like the guard break system. The guard break system is good in the sense that, like, it even showed me something that happens like in real life boxing. Like, whenever you come in with a shuck, like whenever you come in and like push somebody with your forearm, like it would obviously be from a level change or something of that nature, where you're coming up and it doesn't look like you're actually trying to push them, but you still like use that as the separation key. That way you guys don't keep grabbing each other or whatever, you know. So boxing referees will let you do that sometimes whenever somebody wants to get a little bit grab happy, you know. In that sense, it showed me something. This guard breaking system, it showed me what I wasn't seeing. But in the same instance, if somebody swings wide with a great sword, and then you come into their body and like suffocate that movement. It's like their arm hitting. They're gonna swing their arm into you. They're not gonna hit you with the sword if you go into them. So if I catch somebody in the middle of the swing and I go all the way in and cut them off and try to guard break, that should be something that's like very possible and very accurate in game, in like the way in the way that in the way that combat mechanics actually work, you know. Like that's something that's real. Like you can't refute that in real life. If somebody gets inside the pocket and like completely cuts off your ability to swing that sword, then like it should be over right then and there. But instead of doing that, they wade you out whenever you take too long to guard break, or whenever they don't feel you've timed it into the accordance of what they have going on in the game. And so, like, that's what happened to me in the very first death. If you've seen that, like, if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But, like, at the end of the day, like, that's frustrating for somebody who actually, like participates in one form of combat or the other. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless. Like, if you're a Taekwondo practitioner and you compete as a Taekwondo practitioner, you know what I mean? Then you know that if you step inside somebody's like roundhouse kick, that they no longer have that. They're hitting you with their thigh and there's nothing to it no more, you know? If somebody does a big like spinning, like, you know what I mean, kick or whatever, I'm not even sure what the name of it would be, but like a windmill kick, something of that nature, and you step into the side inside their groin area, and you're gonna completely alleviate that kick. Like, that's not gonna be able to hit you with anything that you don't want it to. You know what I'm saying? And that's just another thing that's just bad about this game. But at the same time, like, the game has to be playable and fun for every style, because if it's not, then, you know what I mean, you don't have nothing to go on. But anyways, that's just kind of my rant. So you'll see me take a lot of deaths, and you'll see me take a lot of damage on that. But hey, I appreciate the watch, and hopefully we can get better together. Peace.